All right, today we're doing something a little different. We're putting a chocolate protein bar to the ultimate test to see what it really does to your blood sugar. We did the experiment, and trust me, the results are probably not what you're expecting.
I mean, if you love chocolate, but you're also trying to be healthy, this is the million-dollar question, isn't it? Is there any way to satisfy that craving without sending your glucose on a complete roller coaster? Well, today, we're going to find out.
Okay, let's meet the star of our show today. It's the double cocoa protein bar from a brand called The Whole Truth. We're going to put this thing through its paces and see exactly how it performs under pressure. So, on paper, here's what we're looking at. It's a 52-gram bar, it's got 13 grams of protein, and it comes in at 255 calories. Seems pretty standard, right? But as we all know, what the label says is just one part of the story. The real truth is what happens inside your body after you eat it. All right, drum roll please. The moment of truth. The bar has been eaten. The data has been collected. So, what did our continuous glucose monitor actually show us? Get this, an increase of just 6 milligrams per deciliter. 6. Now, to give you some perspective, a serious blood sugar spike is usually considered anything over 30, maybe 50. So a reading of 6, that is incredibly low. The source actually described the line as being basically flat. That's a pretty wild result for a chocolate bar.
Okay, a 6 milligram increase sounds amazing, but a number on its own doesn't really mean much, does it? To really understand just how good or not so good that is, we need to compare it to some other common snacks. And this is where it gets really interesting. The protein bar's 6 milligram bump is almost the same as a big handful of plain old cashews, which came in at 5. But look at this other bar. A so-called sugar-free dark chocolate caused a 13 milligram spike. That is more than double the impact of our protein bar. All of a sudden, that sugar-free label doesn't sound so great, does it?
So this begs the obvious question. What is the secret here? How in the world does this chocolate bar pull off such a tiny blood sugar response? Well, you guessed it. The answer is hidden in the ingredients.
And here's the biggest clue. This bar is literally half nuts. 50% cashews and almonds. And of course, nuts are famously low on the glycemic index, that scale of how fast a food raises your blood sugar. Because they make up the bulk of the bar, they release their energy super slowly and steadily, which is what prevents that big, sharp spike.
So really, it's this perfect combination. You've got high protein, you've got those healthy fats, and a good amount of fiber. All three of those things work together to slow everything down in your gut. You combine that with the fact that it's low in carbs and sugar to begin with, and well, you've got the magic formula for stable glucose levels. All right, so we've looked at the number. We've seen how it compares. We've dug into the ingredients. What's the simple, bottom-line lesson we can take away from all this?
And honestly, the conclusion is just that simple and that powerful. If you want to satisfy a chocolate craving without messing with your blood sugar, a bar that's built on nuts and protein like this one is a much smarter choice. It just goes to show you that you can have your chocolate and keep your blood sugar steady too. You know, this whole experiment is such a fantastic reminder that the claims on the front of a package don't always tell you what's actually happening inside your body. And it really makes you wonder, doesn't it? What other so-called healthy swaps are hiding in your diet that might be having a completely surprising effect? Something to think about.